Hello, Anna Brooks here. Hi. All right. So, my gosh, today has fully just gotten away from me. Like, it's just gone spastic on the side of everything. Everything's just gone all over the place, which is fine. I can roll with that. And I was like, okay, I need to get onto this live stream. I've been meaning to do it for no joke, like 2.5 hours, and everything's just gotten away from me. So I'm here. I'm finally here, and I'm really, really excited to do this live stream for you because it's something that comes up so often for me, and it's something that I just thought, you know what? This is something people really want to know about because it's kind of a big thing, butts, I guess, and especially in this day and age where we've sort of decided butts are the way to go. And so I think there's just so much confusion and so much crap out there telling you about these, magical pills or magical booty building exercises and programs or whatever. And nobody's really just explaining the foundation and the root of the whole problem, right? Because I see it all the time based on just people that come to me and tell me, that they want to grow their butt, or they want to shape it better, or they want to get it to lift, or whatever it is, right? And so they'll say, oh, well, I just heard you have to do squats, right? And that just basically shows exactly what the media is feeding you and everything. And so it's just really frustrating when people go and do this and then they're like, well, I've been doing squats for like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and I've been doing like 100 a day and it's just not happening. Why not? And I just want to go, oh, why did you not come to me earlier? We could have made this so much easier for you and actually got some sort of results happening. So without further ado, let's just get into it and let me just explain this to you, make it as simple as possible, give you the stuff to focus on. So grab yourself a pen and paper if you haven't already, because I am going to throw a lot of information at you, and it's important to actually pay attention to all of it. So even make some dot points as you go along or whatever, and actually pay attention and actually write this down and then continue it, right? Okay. So number one thing that you need to know, a really high percentage of the population, I always say like 90%, but it's probably even higher, of us have really lazy butt muscles, right? And this comes from generational thing as well as just our lifestyles now that we spend so much time sitting around on our butts, quite literally, that basically our butts become very lazy, our glutes, right? So they don't want to work if they don't have to. And this is the problem when people start doing like, say, a squat program or something like that, where they're doing heaps and heaps of squats and they're like, oh, but I can only feel my thighs and my quads burning all the time. I don't actually feel it in my butt. How do I do it? Like, am I doing it wrong or whatever it is? And yeah, for sure, there may be something to do with the form, with the technique that you're using. If you haven't actually had someone teach it to you properly and have you monitor, have them monitor you, then yeah, you might be doing it a little bit wrong as well. But chances are it's purely and simply because when it comes to any kind of exercise, any kind of muscle that you're trying to work, it's not just about the movement that you're doing, it's about the mind into the muscle, right? It's about actually thinking about the muscle that you're working and making sure you're working it, because you are in control of your muscles. There's very few muscles in your body that you actually don't control and you can't flex on command, right? So if you think like bicep, right? So you can get that and flex it. That's what you can do. You know how to do that, right? And same thing with like your butt. Most people know how to clench their butt. That is how you squeeze your butt. That is how you activate the glutes, right? And however, most of the time when we do something like squats or whatever exercises we're doing to build the booty, we forget that, right? And so we don't actually think about activating the butt. We just hope that doing the exercise and however it happens to work out is going to be enough. And it's just not. It's just not. So first thing you really need to work on is activating the glutes, right? So this is really, really important to actually pre-activate them to make them work, because like I said, in the general population, and very high percentage of us, our butts are really lazy, and if they don't have to do the work, they won't. They will let the quads take all of the grunt, take all of the effort, and they will make them do the work. That's just what they will do, right? So we need to activate the butt and make sure that that is the muscle that is driving squats or whatever. I'll get onto actually what I think about that exercise in general later, but let's focus on the activation part, right? Two things that I always get people to do. Number one is some hip raises, right? So this is where you lie down on the ground on your back with your knees bent like you're about to do a sit-up or something. You dig your heels into the ground, you squeeze your butt, lift your hips up into the air as high as they will go, hold it for about a second, keep squeezing, release, come on down, right? Squeeze the butt, hips go up, hold for a second, then bring it down and release. So do that about 15 times. Really concentrate on squeezing your butt as much as you can, really, 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 really hard, as much as you can. And then what you're going to do, and this is going to sound really stupid, and I know it is because every time I tell people to do this, they think I'm joking and I'm just trying to like make them look stupid, but it works. But it works. Get it? All right, so hands into fists, and you're going to literally punch your butt, okay? All around, sides, back, like the underbit, whatever it is, everywhere, all around your butt. You want to just get every single part of your glutes, punch them for about 30 seconds, firmly, but not like you're trying to bash yourself up. It's not meant to be painful in the sense of just punching someone to hurt them. It's just meant to be firm so that you can feel the muscles there twinging and activating, right? So you do that for 30 seconds. Once you've done that, go again back into those hip raises again, another 15. Once you've done that, 30 seconds, punch your butt again. One more round, 3 rounds, 15 hip raises. One more time, punch your butt. Okay, so this is a really good basic activation technique to use for the glutes, to actually get them firing, to get them to wake up, to get them to understand that you are requiring them to contract, you are requiring them to actually do the work, right? This is really important to actually make sure those muscles are activated and are ready to work, okay? So once you've done that, then you get into the exercises, okay? So squats, yeah, squats are great, but they're by no means the magical butt formula. And I know that they've gotten this reputation, and I can't really honestly trace it back to who started it, but I'm, sure they've made millions of dollars. But they aren't a magical exercise above any other exercise that you can do for your glutes in terms of what they're going to do, right? I tell this to my clients all the time, right? I don't actually do squats myself. I'll do like variations of squats. But my entire glute and my hamstring workout is completely squat free because personally for me, I don't find it comfortable having the weight on my shoulders. I find that it really digs in. It's not the weight that I can't hold. My core and my legs are fine. It's purely the shoulder part that is not comfortable for me. So I don't do them. I have not done them for a long time. And my entire workout is completely squat free. There's heaps of other exercises that I do that focus on building my glutes. And I'm, people tell me I have really, really nice ass. So that's great. But it is entirely squat free. It's not a magical exercise that above any other exercise it's going to get you the results. There are so many other exercises that you can do, including like the hip raises, but like weighted hip raises. There's glute kickbacks, which is, with cables, or like a hamstring curl machine, working your hamstrings as well. So doing things like deadlifts and good mornings and straight leg deadlifts and that kind of stuff. Sorry. That can also help. Like there's so many different exercises, even like abductor exercises where you're squeezing the outside of your glutes. There's so many other exercises out there that you can really focus on, right? So squats isn't like the magical formula. That's the one you have to do in order to get, in order to grow a booty, right? But first and most important thing, like I said, is getting the glutes to actually activate, because unless they're activating, the rest of it's kind of pointless. The rest of it's like, well, yeah, you got to go through the exercises. And if you're not actually focusing on making sure your glutes are doing the work and your butt is activated as opposed to your quads doing all the work, then that's exactly what will happen. Your quads and your thighs will feel it all, and your glutes will just kick back and go, I'll let someone else take it. And this is why so many of us become so quad dominant, because this is just something that we do for a long, long time, right? The other thing we need to note here is when I say any of these exercises, I mean treat them like weights-based exercises. You cannot grow muscle on endurance repetitions. You cannot grow muscle on 100 squats a day on body weight squats. If you can do 100 squats and that's doable for you, then you need to start making them harder. You need to add weight to them so that you're not able to do 100, so that you're not even able to do, say, 20 in a row or even 10. Add weight to it, right? And this is where a lot of people come into a problem, because they've been doing, 100 body weight squats. They've never even thought about how to make it harder. Our body, our glutes, just like any other muscle, require that added weight, that added, what's the word I'm looking for? Intensity, in order to get the muscles to grow, in order to get the muscles to strengthen and tighten, right? So if you're not doing that, if you're just doing endurance-based, you're basically like doing cardio. Same as you're not going to get a nice butt from running, you're not going to get a nice butt from the cross trainer, that kind of stuff. It's just cardio. It's working on your heart fitness. It's working on for your health and your fitness for sure, but it's doing nothing in terms of actually shaping or growing or tightening up your butt, right? no matter how hard you go. I don't care if you're on the cross trainer and you're on like a really, really hard resistance and you can feel it, it is still cardio. The predominant thing that is happening is your heart rate is going crazy, right? So what you need to do is increase the weight, whether it's squats or you decide to actually go into a gym and do some other exercises, but then you add weight to it until it is so hard that you cannot do more than say 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 repetitions with a rest in between, and then go again and again, however many sets you're doing, whether it's 3, 4, 5 sets, whatever you're doing. But you need to actually add that intensity, add that weight in with the rest in order to get the muscle to respond. By just doing that constant repetition, all you're doing is doing cardio. It's the same as going for a jog, except you're just training yourself in another form of endurance. You're becoming a squatter, which is not really something I thought most people wanted to be. So I hope you understand what I mean. If you have any questions, if you're confused at all about what I'm saying, please feel free to pop any comments down below or even send me a private message and I can give you some more ideas. We can have a chat about it. But I'm hoping I'm usually pretty clear, and people always say from all my programs that if anything, I'm overly thorough and give them way too much information. So hopefully that it does explain it pretty well. One more thing to add into this that I want to talk about. So I hope that you're noting some of this stuff down, or again, you know, you can always go and rewatch this later. This will be obviously on a replay here on my Facebook page, and it also goes up onto my YouTube page, as most of my videos do. So you can always check out Anna Brooks' motivation. If you look that up in YouTube, you'll find my channel. It's got nearly 100, it'll be 100 videos up there soon. So that'll be up there. This will be up there as well. So you can rewatch it whenever you need, or send it to a friend if you want someone else to watch it. Send the link. So the one more thing that I wanted to talk about in terms of your, in terms of growing a booty is food. Okay. So this is really important. Muscle does not grow when you are in deficit, or when you are not eating enough, or when you are not actually fueling your body correctly, right? So muscle is made up of proteins, which is made up of amino acids, which is the building blocks basically of the muscle. So if you're not having enough food, and you're also not having enough, not enough protein in terms of like your meats, soy proteins if you're vegetarian, or, you know, eggs and protein powders, whatever it is that you're using as a protein source, if you're not having enough of that, then you are going to really struggle to put on any muscle, because your body doesn't have the nutrients it needs to build it. And by put on muscle, I don't mean that you're going to suddenly become Kim Kardashian overnight. That's not a real booty, or it is, or whatever, who knows. But that's, you know, either way, even if, let's just say that is real, it's definitely a genetic thing that has happened, right? That doesn't just happen overnight because you've decided to start doing some exercises. That requires a lot of food in order to grow it, right? So you don't get that butt just magically appearing. What happens is when you start lifting heavy, muscles will contract better, they will tighten. If you're looking for that lift in your glutes where, you know, it might be a bit droopy or saggy at the bottom and you want it to lift up, that's another thing that'll happen, is that it'll start tightening up because you're actually activating them properly. All that kind of stuff, but that requires fuel, right? And if you're not eating enough, then your body's got nothing to work with. It's going to be chewing through its energy sources very quickly. And here you are asking for it to have enough fuel to basically replenish these muscles and help them to grow and strengthen and tighten. And you're not giving it to it, right? You're not giving the fuel to your body that it needs. So protein's a really big one. The other one, of course, is that you are probably still going to need carbohydrate. Look, everybody reacts differently to this macronutrient, and that's fine. And if you swear by the fact that you're just going to go completely carb-free and except for vegetables and fruit or whatever, and that works for you forever and ever, go for it. I never tell anyone what they can or can't eat. That's completely up to you. You're your own human, and you sure as hell know what your body wants more than I do. So, if that's what you're going to say, then that's fine, but make sure you are getting that energy source, which I know that plenty of people who don't choose to eat a lot of carbohydrate in the sense of typical, you know, breads, pastas, rices, potatoes, that kind of thing, they still have plenty of energy because of the way that they've programmed their body to convert fat and dietary fat into energy and stuff. Okay, so that's fine. I know how that works. As long as you've got the energy basically to be able to push, to be able to lift heavy, to be able to push yourself out of your comfort zone in terms of how heavy you're lifting, as long as you have the energy to do that, I don't care where you get it from, whether it's from your carbs, whether it's from your fats, just make sure you've got it. Because if you are completely depleted, you have no energy, you're always hungry, you're always tired, and then you're still trying to go and lift heavy, A, you're not going to get a very good result in the gym, so you're not going to work as hard as you need to make results happen. And B, you're not going to actually be giving your body the fuel it needs in order to do that thing that it does after you've gone to the gym and done the exercises and torn the muscles down, and they go and regroup and they strengthen up again and they repair from your food after the gym. If there's nothing there for it to feed on, then it's got nothing to repair on and it's not going to change, right? One more thing to remember is, as females, hormonally, we don't have the greatest advantage in terms of gaining muscle. It does take a lot of effort and a lot of time for us to do this. It's not like one day we can decide to start lifting weights and then the next day we wake up and we're like She-Hulk, right? It takes a lot of effort for us and it takes a lot of time. It takes consistency. So you need to stick with it. You're not going to suddenly beef up and become, like I said, Kim Kardashian butt overnight. So you don't need to be scared of that by adding some more food in. But if you want to grow something, if you want something to change, if you want some muscle to develop, you're going to need to give it something to eat. Okay? All right. I think I've made my point there pretty roundabout way, but I think hopefully that makes sense. So if you have any questions, as always, about any of that and the food stuff, please feel free. Pop a comment down below and I'd love to get back to you, and I can always explain more things. I love to get ideas for, my clients keep me pretty fueled with ideas on stuff to talk about on the live streams and everything, but I'm always happy to, listen to you as well. And if there's something that you're listening to now and going, oh yeah, I really wanted to know more about this or this or this, I'd love to know, because it's probably something that other people are thinking as well. And if I can help, then I'd love to. Okay. Cool. So before I go today, this is the reason why this live stream was so delayed, is because I've been trying desperately to get my VIP, sorry, I got stuff coming up, right? So I've been trying to get my VIP Dream Body Overhaul program up. So it's not really even a program, right? Let me tell you what it is. It's fucking fantastic is what it is, right? This is something that's been brewing up inside of me for a little while, and I don't normally let myself overthink the details, but this one does require some details. So I did have to go and do a little bit of preparation first. And then this week it just got like catapulted straight into the stratosphere, because even as I'm telling you this, even as I'm telling you about this program and officially launching it, I've already had one of them sell. So therefore there's I'll tell you later, there's only 3 spots. So now there's only 2. The actual not early bird, but first round offer basically. So let me tell you about this, okay? It's amazing, it's amazing, amazing. This is my VIP Dream Body Overhaul. So it's your one-on-one full day immersion to fat loss, fitness, and feeling sexy as fuck, right? So this is literally a VIP one-on-one day with me. Okay, so for those, if you don't know, I'm in Melbourne in Australia. Now I will be taking these to other states soon enough, but I don't have any plans to do it just yet. I dare say it will be going to other states. And then in time, definitely other countries. I'll be going around to definitely US, Canada, that kind of thing. So but that is well into the future. For now, it is definitely just in Melbourne. So if you're in Australia and this sounds like something that you're interested in, definitely recommend coming down to Melbourne for a VIP day. I will keep you fueled with plenty of delicious coffee. We have the best coffee, so you will absolutely love it. And it will be so worth it. So let me tell you about the VIP Dream Body Overhaul, okay? This is literally a day one-on-one with me to get you everything that you need in order to master your fat loss, your fitness, and getting you to feel and look sexy as fuck. So this is how I work. I do not work in generalizations. I do not work in cookie cutaways. I do not give you diet plans that you can just download for free off the internet and just do it, right? There's so much crap like that out there. I don't need to do that. You can get that off the internet for free. You can just Google diet plan and you will have 60,000 million pages come up, right? That's obvious. You can find that anywhere you want. Same with training programs. You can get all of that cookie cutter stuff anywhere for free, okay? I do not work like that. I work with my clients one-on-one because they are VIPs, right? And they are very much the people who want more out of their life, who don't just want to be like everybody else and do not just want to be like the sheep that fall into line and do what everybody else does. They want to know that what they're doing works for them. And more importantly, from my end as well, not even more importantly, let's not say that. My clients are very important. But really importantly, from my end, I hate the idea that I'm giving someone something and they don't know then what to do with it themselves, right? This is something that's always shitted me a lot, is where people get someone really dependent on them as a trainer. Like, don't get me wrong, I have plenty of clients who tell me that they will never ever stop training with me because they can just see how much value they get, and they say, you know, I would never know what to do without you. But the truth is they would, right? If they really thought about it, like if I actually said, look, say I died next week and you were on your own, do you think you would be able to come in and train? And do you think you'd be able to know how you would eat? And all of those people that say, look, I can't imagine not training with you, would say that, yeah, actually I would probably know pretty well, but I just see the value in what you're offering, right? So that's a really big thing for me. I don't like to just create people that are just dependent on me for all their information and that on their own, they actually know nothing, right? It's your body. It's your life. You deserve to actually know what the hell's going on and how to make it work well for you, how to understand just the basics about how to eat, how to train, how to fix your mindset, how to get yourself motivated, all that kind of stuff. The more people that can know that, the better everything's going to be, rather than everybody just kind of being a little lemming following around and just doing what someone tells them to do, but never really understanding why or ever actually tuning into themselves and what they want, right? So what you get from me on this VIP one-on-one day is absolute personalized overhaul for you. Okay, so let me run you through it. Okay, so there's a lot. This is a full-on day. So it's a 5-hour day with me, right? Which starts from about 10 a.m. to about 3 p.m. Although we can definitely vary that time a little bit, but that's the standard time, right? So we start off in a cafe nearby, right? And we will sit down and fuel yourself up with plenty of coffee and tea and all that kind of stuff. And we will go through all of your mindset stuff. So this is where it all begins. We go through your goals. We go through how you want to, what you want, when you want to achieve it by, how that looks. We will go through basically how to get consistent, how to take daily action, how to change the way that you see yourself, everything. We will hack your mindset and get you absolutely focused on exactly what it is you want. Not to mention, I'm really good at getting people to dig deep and actually get honest with me. Like, this is something that I'm getting even better at now, where I'm not even asking people to just cut the bullshit and tell me the truth. They just do, because they can just tell that, well, this is what she needs. If I want what I want from Anna, from her help, I'm just going to have to let it go. And this is people that have met me like a day ago that just get this. So obviously my energy just shows this very clearly. And that is a big part of what we're going to do, is to get really real about what you actually want, right? So once we've done that, had plenty of coffee, had a really good chat, had everything worked out for you. Next thing, we head to the gym nearby, right? So this is, you're going to go into the gym with me. I'm going to go through with a full program for you, okay? So this is very personalized. So this is whether, you have postural issues, whether you have no experience in a gym, whether you have any injuries that we need to work around, all of that's going to be factored in, and it's all personalized to you. To be able to do, whether it's that you want to go and join a gym wherever you are, whether you're in Melbourne or somewhere else and you've come over for the day, whether you wanted to go join a gym wherever you're from, that's fine. Or if you're planning on exercising elsewhere, I will make up a routine for you that you can do there, right? And it's very personalized. It's exactly what you're going to need. So that will be done in the gym. While we're there, we once again head off to another cafe. So much coffee, more coffee. So here we're going to actually get into more about how to start tracking the food, right? So the next chat that we have is about your actual food, but the first one is, for example, we're going to go through, take your weight, take your height, take your measurements, take your photos, all that kind of stuff. So we know where we're starting. I'm going to show you an amazing app that I use for tracking food. I'm going to plug in the correct numbers for you that you're going to follow. So this is similar to calorie counting, but it's actually if it fits your macros, which is a program that I do sell the workshop to separately, right? But you'll actually get this workshop as part of the VIP day anyway. So you get all of that included. But I will explain it regardless on the VIP day, right? So it's a very long-term and short-term great way to get results for fat loss, because it helps you to monitor the type of food you're eating, but it's much better than just calorie counting because you're actually paying attention to the macronutrients, your proteins, your fats, and your carbohydrates. So you're helping your body to actually get the nutrients that it needs in order to get the results it wants, rather than you just counting calories and not realizing that you're not getting anywhere near enough protein or fats or whatever it is, and why you're always hungry and having hormonal cravings and all that kind of stuff, right? So we go through all of that stuff. I set it up, I work out your numbers for you, and we're good. Last thing we do, we head over to another cafe nearby, and here we're going to have lunch. So we're going to sit down for a little bit, have some lunch, chill out after your workout, and then we're going to get into basically the food, right? So this is where I'm going to outline all of the basics for you. I'm going to talk about intermittent fasting if that's something that interests you as well. And again, that's another program that you're going to get anyway, included in this. We come up with, ooh, my phone's going to die soon. We're going to come up with a basic outline of the kind of food that will work for you. So again, this is not a cookie cutter one. This is based on you and what we go through during the day. I will work out and help and suggest for you different foods that you can try to sort of create a steady meal plan around, right? Plenty of variety is fine as well, but it's good to have the staples down that you really, really enjoy. So that's what we're going to do, work out a basic outline for you. And then we also go into the supermarket nearby, where I'm going to actually take you through and show you really easily how to read nutrition labels, so you know what you're looking for, what to look for, how to actually read them, what they mean, and what to look out for, right? So we're just going to go through a walkthrough there. Whew. Okay. That's not it. That's the day. Okay. So that's your VIP Dream Body Overhaul day, right? After this, you're not alone, because this is a full day. You're going to be absolutely like brain dead afterwards with how much information and how much awesomeness we've gone through. You're going to be very motivated and very inspired, but you're also going to be very overwhelmed. So I'm not leaving you after that. After the VIP day, you also have a month follow-up coaching with me. So that is unlimited email access to me. Any questions you have throughout the month, you can email me anytime you want. Also includes 2 hours of one-on-one coaching time. So that's via like a phone call or like a Zoom call, if you're out of the country or whatever it is. So it doesn't matter if you're traveling, that won't make a difference. You get that 2 hours of coaching calls anyway, as well as the unlimited email access to me for a month afterwards. So you have all this time to implement everything that we've gone through, and have that support from me and just keep it going. And so as I mentioned during the program, during the explanation before, you do also get another 2 bonus programs thrown into that as well. So because If It Fits Your Macros is something that I'm going to be speaking to you about, I'm going to give you the If It Fits Your Macros workshop included for free, which is normally $99, and the 7-day Intro to Fasting Bootcamp. That's also going to be in there for you, because intermittent fasting is something that I do suggest to a lot of my clients, and some love it, some don't, which is fine, but a lot of them have really found a huge difference from it, and it's something that I do every single day, so I'm personally absolutely obsessed with it. So that's another one, the 7-day bootcamp program, which is $59 normally. You're going to get that thrown in for free as well, so that in the future, if you feel like, yep, this is something I want to try, I feel like this would work for me, then you can do that, okay? So to sum it up, there's the gym program, there's all the mindset stuff, there's all the food stuff, there's plenty of coffee, there's lunch. It's a full-on day of immersion, one-on-one with me to just absolutely personalize the exact kind of program, lifestyle, everything that will be literally creating your lifestyle by design and not by default, which is so exciting. And then followed by, obviously, you get the 2 programs included as a bonus, and the month follow-up of unlimited email coaching with me, and the 2 hours of one-on-one phone or Zoom call, Skype type coaching, right? So that is the VIP Dream Body Overhaul Day. I'm so excited about this. Now I have decided I've decided on the price and everything, because, and you know what? I was actually writing this up. I do need to get the information page up. I know that. I will get one up for you very soon, so I can write this all down for those of you that are more written learners rather than auditory learners. So I will get that up very soon, I promise. But I was actually thinking about this before, and I'm like, I was reading all through everything that I'm including. I'm like, I've already gone too low now that I actually go through how much it is. But that's fine. I have to go with my gut, right? I have to go with what number what price basically felt right with me at the beginning. So that's what I've gone with. However, I've decided to take $250 off of that for the first 3, now only 2, because like I said, even before I got the chance to get on the phone with, to get on the live stream today, one's already sold. So they're going to go quickly. But yes, so there's 2 more spots now at the not early bird, I'm just going to call it like first round offer price, I guess. So I want to fill the first 3 spots, and then it'll go up to the normal price. If this interests you, let me know. You can send me a private message. Like I said, there's 3 spots, one of them's already gone, so you do want to contact me quickly. And then after that, it'll go up by another $250 to its normal price. But if you're definitely one of those people that's like, yes, I need this, I need an overhaul, I want you to just come in and just tell me everything, fix everything, make everything perfect. Maybe I can't do quite that all that much. That's a bit of a big ask. But I can sure as hell make it perfect for you, right? So we can go in terms of your, what you're eating, in terms of your exercise. You'll have one-on-one support. You'll have a kick-ass day with me. We're going to have so much fun. I know that I probably come off, I do a really good resting bitch face on screen. So I try to smile more, but I know it just looks weird. I'm actually a lot funnier in real life. My clients tell me. So, I promise you will have a kick-ass day. Like my clients half the time are just laughing their heads off in our sessions while they're working hard and nearly dying. That's fine. But they are, definitely having a lot of fun. So you will have an amazing day that's just going to absolutely inspire you and motivate you to keep going. We're going to go through all of your mindset stuff as well. So I will make sure that you know what you want, why you want it, and why you're going to stay committed to it. And then I'm there to follow through with you, to chase up on you, and you're there and you can have that access to me anytime you need, okay? So if this sounds like something that is screaming to you, yes, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this kick up the ass, I need this boost, I need to just make this happen, and this is perfect because this is like putting everything into one, then message me. Private message me right now, and I will send you through all the details. I'll let you know when the information page is up anyway. I'll do another live stream probably later or something once it's up, and then you can read through it again. But like I said, you want to be fast. If you've listened to this and you're like, yes, this is me, this is what I need, this is what I want, you want to act now, basically, so you can get one of those live 2 spots that remain in the first round offer before the price goes up. And then I think the price is going to go up pretty quickly because it's crazy value for everything that you're getting. The full, 5-hour VIP day with me on top of the month of coaching, the 2 hours of one-on-one call, the unlimited emails, the 2 programs that you get thrown in and everything. It's ridiculous actually. So I'm going to stop saying that because I'm going to talk myself out of it and start raising the price immediately. So instead I will finish there. I would love to hear from you if this is of interest to you. Let's chat, let's send me through a message. And if you have any questions about anything that I've spoken about today, please also leave a comment down below and I will check back on them later. Have an amazing rest of the day and I will see you guys really soon. Remember to live life on purpose. Bye.